London? The city or the people? I feel like even though the reception overall was received well, there's some... Yeah, keep umming over there.
Glad you got that very deep answer that you were searching for.
You spoke about spirit. What is the spirit?
Those feelings that you have inside, something has to move the body. So the way I see it, right? And I think, I forgot what, of course I'm going to relate it to like anime, but I feel like cartoons and everything kind of like, they're engaging your senses and it's entertainment in a sense, but it's kind of like a silhouette of the question of why and how, right? Like when you look at TV and cartoon, like anime and stuff like that, right? So I feel like the spirit is what animates your physical form. In my personal opinion, in my personal experience and how I've lived my life and what I go through in my day-to-day.
You are your spirit, essentially.
You are your spirit, and at the moment, right now, I am a black female. But I truly believe that otherwise, why is everyone searching for something? You're searching because you feel something. You feel a connection, but not really. And you can't really connect to your attention at connecting, right?
Your intention.
Intention. Okay. I think religion is the intention to connecting with your spiritual self. I do not shame people for religion. I do not judge people for religion. That is their attempt at connecting with their spiritual self. Me not agreeing with their spiritual path and their response to that is not really them being upset that I'm not on the same path as them, is them kind of questioning their own path as well. Because if they were so sure that they were going the right way, if they were so confident, it would be like, oh, well, she's just not, whatever. She's just, that's just what it is. Right. But that aggression, that like, well, what do you mean? This is it. This is Jesus, Allah. Blah, blah. I'm only using those two religions because those are the two that, those are the two that are constantly in question. Mm. But if you were so secure, and I'm not saying across the board, every individual who is religious is this way. We're just speaking of the extremists. Right. Extremists in general. I just have to keep clarifying that. I like to respect people and their beliefs and where they're going because everyone has their own personal journey. And everyone deserves that respect to go through that personal journey. So I just feel like religion is an attempt of gaining more insight to your spiritual self. Yeah.
So if there's a spiritual self, and as a physical self, you're trying to connect to that spiritual self, and religion is the, let's say, pathway. How do you connect to your spiritual self?
Religion has been manipulated in terms of power. I don't want to say religion has no purpose. I think it's been manipulated and turned into something that it is not what it is. Like, because I feel like you can learn from anything, good and bad. You wouldn't have, otherwise there would be no bad experiences if you weren't supposed to grow from it. Why are things so straightforward in America? People should think more. If you made people think more, we wouldn't have had
Americans wouldn't be so...
We wouldn't have had...
I'm trying to be politically correct here. Americans wouldn't be so simple.
Americans call themselves being correct.
What'd you say?
They say they're straightforward, but they're not that straightforward. They're just not that deep. Sitting there, I'm gonna dive into the pool, and I hit an anvil. It's because I literally only had 3 inches of water.
Americans aren't that deep.
Are you saying Americans aren't deep? They're shallow.
In my day-to-day conversations with people, right? Everybody is okay.
With your people, your circles.
Not my circles, because I don't really have a circle. I have like one friend, maybe, and it interchanges. You know I can't keep friends.
She ain't got no friends.
So, like, I don't know why that's a shock to you. I can't keep friends. You know why? Because they ain't that deep.
So here we have an American telling the rest of the world that Americans aren't that deep.
They're not that fucking deep. They're not. And they pride themselves on that shit.
A Venetian American. How do you say people from Venus? Whatever. Take
Venus
it
and Mars? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's not
Venetian. I'm not a regular American.
You're
gonna take away.
Right.
Wait a minute. Hold on. But what's a regular American?
So
because last time I checked, my passport was United States of America.
Are you saying she's not a regular American? And if she's not a regular American, what is a regular American?
By sheer fact that she's part alien. I'm not getting into anything. Because Americans aren't deep. I'm just surface level. So she's part alien.
Right. Okay. Right.
But no, finish because I have some retorts. Continue.
Look how easily obsessed we are with people that we actually have no control over.
Like, for example.
Why do we care? Okay, so earlier today I was talking about the whole Kim Kardashian thing.
How
And
you
I'm
generalize a whole nation?
a whole nation?
Yes.
Because they generalize me.
How so?
I have found difficulty in work relationships and my friendships throughout conversations that I tend to have. And that has led me to the whole people just don't like people. If people aren't that deep, okay, so maybe some people like to dive deep and, you know what I mean, go into the 6-footer, 8-footer pool, right? And then have these type of conversations. But however, like how we're having right now in this and we're having these conversations, I don't find that in my day-to-day. I don't find that in my friend group. I am missing that. I'm lacking that. So that's something for me that I'm trying to find.
But your circles,
I'm including work and friend
the
group.
people you come encounter with,
Yeah.
are limited by the people you come encounter with. If conversations that are more than surface level provide a certain level of reprieve or refreshingness, to
Yeah.
you can't say that it doesn't exist in the country because you haven't had them with the people that you come encounter. I have these conversations all the time.
You have these conversations in public or private?
Whatever this is considered.
This is private.
This is private. I mean,
This
there's
is
a camera
public.
here, but it's private.
Private.
Right?
But I'm
So-
not talking about private. I say I can't have conversations like this often
In
and
America.
loud. You know how I'm loud and I like to speak my mind wherever I am, and that is not socially acceptable.
Wait, let's stay in one lane.
What?
You talking about when you're out and about or when you're private?
Both. Everywhere.
Are you talking about a private conversation such as this right here, but among 4 or more individuals, 4 or less individuals, where that is something that you can't find in America?
I'm saying
You finish after
when
you say yes or no.
when I am
Yes or no?
talking,
Yes or no?
yes. Yes, when I'm out about, people tell me to shut up.
So no, not
People-
private. Yes, out and about, not private.
In private and in public, I have the same response. In private and in public, I am often told to shut up, and we don't do that.
I don't think he's convinced though.
I don't care if he's
I don't think
convinced
he's
because
convinced. No,
it's not
'cause
his
you're not-
story. It's not his issue. It's
No,
something
no,
that
no.
I live. Yeah.
I'm questioning.
But I'm not even talking about
I'm
your
questioning
story.
how much of your story you're projecting on the rest of the country.
If let's take out, I will not generalize the entire United States of America like the rest of the world does. Well, I won't do that. You know what I mean? Let's not add on to the stigma that everybody else believes. I will be a fellow American and give the country the benefit of the doubt. So in my personal experience in work relations and friendships and run-of-the-mill people I run into on the subway or the bus or wherever I go, I find often you can talk about the conversations, but you can only go but so low
Before
before
what happens?
someone gets freaked out, scared, shuts down, switch the subject, all of a sudden the Yankees matter. That whole deflection method. People end up, I all of a sudden lose relationships.
What I'm getting from you is,
Yeah.
that the conversations that go down in America, right, are not very deep. You say that Americans are not very deep generally.
In my opinion, in my expectation, maybe this is bottled up aggression and resentment towards people like too many times I've been told to like, oh, shh, wait, no, not here. You know? Like too many times where I'm like, but if I can't talk about it, then that's even more of a reason to talk about it because clearly it's an issue.
People are trying to stop you from speaking about something, stop you from doing something. That is a place where there's something going on. So you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong, that Americans try to shut you down when you start to get a little bit too deep? If that makes sense?
Scratch out America.
Neither.
Okay.
I did say
Neither.
that. Worldwide or America, it's just people.
It's people, yes. Firstly.
So people
Even-
not
even-
worldwide.
even
People who
more
live outside the
specifically-
world. I don't understand.
No, I'm saying it's not an American thing. It's not a worldwide thing necessarily. It's with people, but even more specifically, it's the people that you have come encounter with. Just as much as it is perhaps the way in which those conversations came about and how You delivered your point and how they delivered their point and how they were both received. Just like with anything, it's rarely what is said and versus how it's said.
I'm not on a goddamn podium in Times Squares preaching and shit. Like, I just need...
Or at Speaker's Corner.
I'm just saying, as the conversations come, this is my result. So that's why I can't answer public or private, because I don't think I'm very private, to be honest. Like, in my day-to-day, I'm kind of just like, it doesn't matter who I'm talking to. These are just my opinions and my thoughts. And what's happening is coming out as, you know, you're listening to it.
If this is considered a deep conversation...
No, this is just thoughtful banter. I don't even consider this a deep conversation.
What's deep to you?
When you continually go forth why. Now all have the same definition of the topic of conversation. Go another layer. Why? Cool.
Do you know what I realized? The why
is what freaks people out.
Is what fucks people up. They
That's
do not want to
is.
understand the why. People generally. Racism, why? Sexism, why?
Like
ageism, whatever it is, when you get to the why, people will go left, right, up, down.
You would be surprised
people don't want to know the
emotional reaction you get from certain people when you ask why. Because I don't care who you are, where you are. The same issues are prevalent, and they've been prevalent. They've been here. It's been an issue. Racism has always been a thing. It's always been a thing.
Yeah,
politics.
but why?
Exactly.
Right.
Now I'm asking why.
My only issue with what's being said right now is the context or lack thereof, because the response you get to the question of why will be as detailed, will be as revealing,
or vague,
will be as surface level,
or as vague
as it is a reflection of the person who's asking it, as it is the setting, how many people, who they're around.
Why does religion exist?
To control people, to keep people in order, to keep balance, to especially around, you know, the election time, you know.
Election time. See, election time's not that big over here, you see. You're talking from an American perspective. Religion is order. Do we need order?
I think it needs to be a new type of order. It needs to go back in the days where we were introducing soaps and bathing. You know? That was order.
Fair enough. What?
When Tariq.
Is this a Bible thing?
Huh?
Is this a Bible or history thing?
History.
Yeah. I don't know it. Keep going.